everyone, welcome back to another episode of Unmute Minds. I'm your host Daniela, and today's episode is actually going to be a little bit different. So, over spring break, my parents took me to Atlanta, and the plan was simple. Check out my dream school, Georgia Tech, and see what it's actually like. But, of course, we already knew that it wasn't going to go as planned because, let's be honest, when do things ever really go as planned? The visit wasn't going to be perfect because it was spring break, there was hardly going to be any students, and we didn't exactly have a real tour. We were so it was kind of funny. It was raining and snowing at the same time, and we didn't have a tour guide, so we were just on our own with our map. So, yeah, we grabbed our map and we just started walking around the buildings. We didn't exactly have any idea of where we were headed or any idea of the history behind any of the buildings. And there was just college vibes, honestly. And it was so much fun because that is what really set it apart from any other experience that I've had so far in my high school career. And so I started thinking, okay, if I can't have the full experience, how can I actually see what this place is like? Because I would really like to go here, and I'm sure that some of you would also like to go here. It's a brilliant school. So I decided to interview some students, and yeah, my first interview did not go as planned. It was raining, the wind was crazy, and one of the mics completely just gave out on me, right? I couldn't even record video for the first interview as well. And so for a second it was like, do I even really want to use this? Could it have any kind of substantial value to you all? Because I was doing this for you all to begin with. But then I thought that that's what kind of made it real. That was how it was supposed to be. And yeah, that's when I realized that also I needed better equipment. And so I asked my parents for a better mic and a better video setup for my birthday. And that is how I came across my equipment for our next interviews, which I'll get into a little bit. We're upgrading. But even without video, that first conversation to me still mattered because what I actually cared about was hearing from students and what actual life was like because I don't know, I just never have gotten to meet an actual Georgia Tech student. I was very grateful to be able to meet someone like him. And so, yeah, that was my first interaction with an actual Georgia Tech student. And when everything changed is when we went into the Barnes and Nobles. Man, that place was packed with students. And so I got to interview some more people. And with that, I learned to face a little bit of rejection because I could either focus on the people that told me no or the people that actually wanted to give me and you all something. Anyways, I did end up getting quite a bit of Georgia Tech interviews, and so I'll let those play for you all now. All right, well, thank you so much. Do you mind giving me your name?
My name is Brian.
Or what grade are you in here?
I'm a junior right now, but a senior in standing. So I got like this semester and one more semester after, and I'm done.
So, what surprised you the most about Georgia Tech once you actually got admitted and became a student?
I think the most surprising thing was the amount of time that you'd have to sacrifice into like not only school but also other extracurriculars. So like research if you want to do that, and clubs if you want to like gain leadership experience. But it's not to say that you won't be able to have fun with your friends. You still have time to hang out with them, but it's a hefty sacrifice the amount of time you put in.
It sounds about right.
Yeah.
I know that for juniors now,
Mhm.
juniors and seniors now, juniors is toughest year.
Yeah.
You've still got a lot of workload, but you can still have like time to hang out with your friends in between the SAT and the ACT. It's been a lot.
Mhm.
So, what mindset do you think has helped you survive and succeed at this campus in Georgia Tech?
I think the best mindset to have, and not just Georgia Tech, just any college, is to think of it on a day to day basis rather than thinking like, oh, I have this much work that I need to get done by this day. You can block it out by day, which makes it a lot easier mentally. So I think that's like the biggest tip that I would have. It's something that I had to come to terms with myself because I used to think one deadline with a bunch of work, and yeah,
You kind of just have to let it flow.
let it flow. But just like, but you still have to be on top of things in the sense that each day you have to block it out. I think, I think having structure is what I'm trying to say. Not kind of just like, you know,
Winging it.
yeah, not just winging it. Yeah, I think that's a good way to say it.
All right, one more. Thank you.
Hmm.
If you could give one piece of advice to a high school student who wants to come here to Georgia Tech, what would it be?
I would say it definitely depends on what you want to do at Tech. If it's engineering and like computer science, definitely do projects. I'm biology, and I came through like non-traditionally. I transferred in from UGA.
From where, I'm sorry?
UGA, University of Georgia.
Oh, okay.
Right. So it was definitely not the traditional come here straight from high school path. But if you're engineering, more STEM, definitely do projects. Do whatever you can to like get your foot in the door. If it's anything else, I don't know. I really don't got any tips for them, but
Well, that's perfect. Thank
yeah,
you so much.
no problem. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Mhm.
Hello, everyone. It's your host, Daniela, and I'm here with a couple Georgia Tech students who are going to be answering a couple questions for me. So, do you guys mind introducing yourselves? Here, let me get.
Hi, my name is Aditi. I am currently a sophomore at Tech, and I'm a business
I can just got in on that. I'm Maria. I'm a fourth year business major, concentrating in finance.
My name is Gautam, and I'm a fourth year CS major here at Tech. I graduated last semester, but I'm doing my master's, and I will be graduating this summer.
Awesome. Thank you so much. You can pass that back to me. All right, so I just have a couple questions for you guys. So, first of all, what do you guys think is the biggest mindset change that you have to go to, that you've had to go through to be able to succeed and thrive in a campus like Georgia Tech with its rigorous classes and overall environment?
You start us off.
I think the biggest mindset change coming to Tech after high school is probably just kind of understanding that there's always something that needs to be done. Almost, you're in a very, I'd say, rigorous environment. It's not like high school, but this time around, things are on the line, and you're almost like planning for your future. So it's really important to have that mindset. Every decision I make at this point in time will, almost affect me later. And it's the best time to honestly just take risks. You're in your 20s, so once you're 30, 40 years old, you're not going to have the time to take risks.
Thank you.
I guess I would add on that you're not going to be guided as much compared to high school. It's going to be a lot more you're on your own, and you have to figure out how to do things on your own because the teachers won't really babysit you that much unless you go and ask them for help. So it's definitely like you have to want to know how to ask.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, do you mind repeating yourself? I like.
You're good.
Yeah. Yes, please. Thank you.
I was just saying, you're mostly on your own now. The teachers aren't really going to babysit you anymore, so you need to learn stuff on your own. You need to do things on your own. That's a mindset change compared to high school because I feel like teachers will really like make sure you're on doing your homework and like checking up on you. But now it's more of like you have to find ways.
I would also that and just say that there's so many people that are so much more driven than you here. So it's better to see them as an inspiration rather than like competition.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Next question. What is the most thing that surprised you the most upon arriving here at Georgia Tech? Like, what is something that you definitely were not expecting from here?
So when I first came to Tech, honestly, I had this preconceived notion that there wasn't much school spirit here. But honestly, being here over the last 3 years and becoming upperclassmen, essentially going from underclass to upperclassmen, you build that pride. And honestly, I'm just really proud of my peers and people that are around my age, and I feel like we did a really good job of building up our spirit here. So, if anyone's a newcomer to Tech or if you're looking at coming to Tech, pride is an all-time high right now. So it's a good time to come. It's a good time to be here.
Thank you.
I agree with that. I would also say like there's a lot of opportunities that Tech has for students in career-wise. Like I never would have thought they do a lot of effort into career fairs and just making sure students have the opportunity to reach out to like these recruiters or reach out to these companies. Or, like depending on your school, they'll set up a lot of different things that they can offer you too.
I'd also say that there's actually like a really good community here. You just kind of have to find your place. I feel like because it's like obviously it's a big school. It's very intimidating to come here just because of the name itself. Tech. And obviously you have more responsibilities now at Tech than college, but I think it's honestly a great experience to be here.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, just one more question for you guys and I'll let you go. What is any really piece of advice that you would give to a high school student that wants to come here or really go to any college to this level or beyond?
Is the question more so about
Let's say Georgia
here
Tech,
or
yes.
once you're
How to get here.
here? How to get here? In my experience, I think in terms of getting here, it really took, at least in my case, I tried to be as well-rounded as I possibly could be. So I tried to be involved. See, academics is a big factor, but I tried to get involved in clubs and I tried to get involved in sports as much as I could. And I think showing leadership skills is also really important. Just kind of like, I think Tech really wants to see their students push their boundaries and kind of test their limits. And if you have that mindset every day, and it's something that you strive for, I think it'll be a lot easier than you think to get into the school, also throughout the school.
Thank you so much.
I would definitely say do as much as you can in high school. Like, try to be a part of every club, try to get those experiences because being in those different clubs and being around different people gives you that experience. Like, hey, I was able to be collaborative, I'm adaptive or adaptable, and I'm just able to be in different types of scenarios and learn from those people. So it just shows that you're willing to grow and learn as much as you can. So take every opportunity and use it. I also agree with that. I think the whole reason I belong here is because of my extracurriculars. So I think really take advantage of the opportunities that you have in high school, but also have fun with it because you're always just gonna keep on aiming high. And it is good to aim high, but it's always good to like literally memorize.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. You guys are so kind. I really appreciate it. All right. Hi, everyone. It's your host, Daniela, and I'm here with two Georgia Tech students. Do you mind introducing yourselves?
Yeah, sure. I'm Delaney. I'm a first year BME major.
Here, do you mind putting your
Oh,
mic
yeah,
like
of
up to
course.
here? It's a little more.
Yeah, I'm Delaney, a first year BME major.
And I'm Kylie. I'm also a first year. I'm a business major.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So, my first question for you is what grade are you guys in?
I'm first year, so
First year? Perfect. So, what surprised you guys the most about Georgia Tech once you guys finally got admitted?
I would say for me, the community really surprised me because it really is everyone's working to like help them succeed, which is really awesome.
Yeah, I sent it.
You're good. All right, perfect. Thank you. My second question is if you guys could give any piece of advice to a high school student that wants to come to Georgia Tech, what would it be?
I would say honestly, for me, I kind of did a lot of everything. But I feel like finding your niche for what you do, you're passionate about is really helpful, and getting your why when it comes to it because that's like a big question to learn in your like college jobs that you want to be able to fill out with the specifics of why tech is. And you want to show that in your extracurriculars. So it's just about doing everything, but doing a specific set of like specifically science or specifically math, focus or engineering related.
Actually, yeah, I kind of go off this stomach major here at Tech. You know, like, but always have to we're like right into engineering, like Tech or obviously major. But yeah, like finding your why that you live here. I like the city. I like my friends. More fitting in my environment, and I put that on my college outfit. I think that's really good. But you gotcha.
Awesome. Thank you. One last question for you guys. What do you guys think is the mindset that you've had to develop to be able to survive and really just succeed here in such a rigorous school?
I would say perfection. I was definitely a perfectionist, and then first semester kind of just really, it was a wake up call. Honestly, 'cause it's like a really challenging university, but it's kind of just finding like the little moments. Okay, you're like meant to be here, etc. And that even if first semester doesn't go as you planned, that you're still there's ways to like get help and also like, you still succeed.
Well, I'm not even gonna lie. This was going. So just whatever she's out, I have to have that.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Walking around Georgia Tech today, what really stood out to me was the amount of energy that the students carried. There was so much collaboration and overall just entrepreneurship that revolved all around the campus. It was a really fun experience for me because this is now my second time going to visit a university, my first time going to an engineering and technology based university. I also got to interview some students, and what really stood out the most in between all of the interviews was how each of them discussed something about mindset, how mindset drove them to apply to this school and to get in, of course, through their essays and their extracurriculars, which is another thing that they said that was really big. All in all, they said that the mindset that got them through so far, let it be their first year, their second year, or some seniors or some even graduates that are currently pursuing their master's degree, is not letting the difficult transition between high school and college get in the way, because high school is very, very different from college. It is more rigorous, it is more, and the teachers are not going to babysit you as much as they do in high school. They're not going to hold you as accountable. You have to act more as an adult around here. And so the mindset shift was really the biggest thing that I noticed on this campus. Anyhow, I'm so grateful I got to come here, and thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Okay, so that was Georgia Tech. And I'm not gonna lie, it made me think more about than just the school. Like, what kind of environment do I actually want? Is it more urban, suburban, the middle of the city? I wasn't sure. Well, I got my answer pretty quick because the next day we went to Georgia State, and that was a completely different experience. Number one, we actually had a tour guide, this nice little freshman guy. And he walked super fast. We really got our steps in that day. We got to go inside classrooms. He told us all about the buildings, told us all about the dorms. It was only his first year there, and yet he had so much to offer us. And get this, the best part is, the college is actually a part of the city. It's not even like a separate campus. The campus is integrated into the city. And that made me realize there's a big difference between being on a campus and being in the middle of a city. Both are cool, like super cool, but both are so incredibly different. And so here's a quick moment with that interview with that tour guide. I'll let that play for you guys now. Hello everyone, it's your host Daniela, and I'm here at Georgia State University with a student. Do you mind introducing yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hello, everyone. My name is Sid. I'm a student here. I'm a first year student, and I'm also working as a tour guide over here at Georgia State University.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to ask you 3 quick questions about your time here at Georgia State.
Sure, that sounds great.
Okay, so first question, what mindset do you think so far has helped you thrive in an environment such as Georgia State?
For me here at Georgia State, meeting new people and learning from them is what I typically do it. And as a mindset here, I would say it's a grind mindset personally, because once you're here, you see other students performing, and you see that, and you're like, you need to perform as well alongside them. So that's when you're like, you need to go into the lock-in zone, and you need to study actually for your classes and stuff like that.
That sounds about right from what I've heard, yeah. All right, next question. What surprised you the most once you actually got admitted to Georgia State? What were you not expecting to be part of your campus life here, or really any kind of part of your life?
What I was not expecting was the amount of different clubs and events there would actually be, because on the website, I always saw that there was a lot of clubs here, but coming here, I was like, no, there can actually be like over so many clubs. There's a club here for everything, and there's a different event here for everything. So that surprised me the most, me going to so many events, not just classes over here. So that was one surprising thing that I found over here.
Thank you. And last thing, what is the one piece of advice that you would give to any high school student that wants to come here to Georgia State?
Come here at Georgia State, I would say enjoy your high school time, and once you're here, you'll enjoy it even more. So I would say be happy, and just try to enjoy your time. Time here, time high school, because personally here at Georgia State, you'll have the time of your life. That's what I'll say, and everyone here will say that as well. Yep.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time. It was great meeting
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you so much. honestly changed something fundamental for me because I realized that college isn't really just about rankings are good, and getting to see what college fits you best. You want to get the best education possible, but you can't do so in an environment that you don't like. There's a lot more that goes into deciding a college because it's going to be 4 years of your life in a place that you've never really even been. And so that's what I really want to cover with this next season of Unmute Minds. That's right, we're going into season 2. We are completely upgrading. We are going to be going over colleges. We're going to be doing more college visits, more in-depth tours on what this college is, what it can do for you, what sets it apart from all the other colleges. And now, I'm not just talking about here in Florida, obviously. Although UNF and UF are close on our list, we are also thinking about going to some colleges in London, such as Oxford, Cambridge. The sky's the limit here. And so, I'm so happy that you all are here joining me on this journey. I cannot wait to share all of my new knowledge with you all, and I cannot wait to go on our college journeys together. Thank you all so much. This is Unmute Minds. Bye!
Hey, hey, it's time to rise. At Ponte Vedra, let's light up the skies. With our hearts united, we're breaking through. Here's to the club where we celebrate you. When life gets rough and the road feels tough, remember the strength that you carry. It's in